Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Creative Council. My name is Natasha, and today we're going to be discussing the topic of beverages, specifically lemonade and juice and soda, what they mean in a dream. I'm going to break this down into three videos, not on lemonade, juice, and soda, but beverages. So this one will cover what I just said. In the next video, we'll go over smoothies and shakes, milk, and coffee, teas, and those things in a dream as well. So, anyhow, let's get right into it. So, when you think about lemonade in a dream, you want to consider what is lemonade in general. What is it made of? So, lemonade is made of lemons, usually sugar, water, right? So, a lemon is a representation a lot of time of sour, someone who's negative, like a sour attitude, not necessarily positive, right? So lemonade is taking that sour and adding something sweet, right? Sugar. So a lot of times in a dream, it could be a representation of something bitter turning becoming sweet. So a season or a situation or even a person that God is redeeming and turning it around and turning it to something sweet that was not so sweet. And a lot of times, if it's a person, like if let's say you're serving lemonade to someone who you don't like, and then you see them and they're enjoying it or whatnot, and it's a good dream. And in real life, you really don't like this person. Well, then God is could be showing you in for instance, that He's wanting you to switch your perspective and have mercy, extend mercy to this person, because that even those who are negative are sour, and it's kind of like giving beauty for ashes, joy for mourning. Now, what about if you see a fruit added to that? So let's say strawberry lemonade or watermelon or blueberry or peach lemonade, right? Or even cranberries. Well, fruits are going to be specific to a season. So strawberries are produced usually in the summer, watermelon are in summer. So, like for instance, watermelon, you want to look at the fruits in individual attributes and how they benefit you. So, like watermelon lemonade, watermelon are replenishing for hydration. That's what they're known for. They're very hydrating. So, even if, like, for instance, someone had a dream, they were walking out of their house. It was kind of dark in the house. They walked into the front yard, right? It was beautiful. There was a glass of lemonade on the like balcony, but like on the fence, before they went down the stairs, and they grabbed it, they drank it, and they were going forward, and the gate was open for them, and it was very beautiful and bright. So that is a representation. The front of the house is the future. Back of the house is usually the past, and the fact that she was walking out of darkness, out of a season that she couldn't see, that may have been hard, or even maybe of a dry season, and she couldn't see really, and coming into a place where it was bright, it was light, it was refreshing. That is in itself showing, and she had that lemonade in the front, and that is showing that something's going to happen for her. God turning that dark season, that bitter or negative season, into something sweet, into a good season, and her coming out of that and coming into something in her future that is going to be refreshing, it's going to be hydrating and replenishing, and for her, and her walking forward in that. So that's what that was implicating in that dream. So you want to look at if it's like blueberry lemonade or strawberry lemonade, look at the attributes of that fruit and also the season. So like cranberries are usually in the fall, peaches are in late summer. So that's going to be telling as well. That could be telling. So you want to look at that as well. But what about juice? So juice, when you think about juice, what is juice? It is you're consuming something that had to be crushed so you can receive the benefit or the reward of it. So you want to think about that application in a dream. It's usually the reward or the labor of something or someone, or even a generational blessing, the reward of perseverance. That's usually what juice is going to represent on a positive side. Someone going through the process of suffering for good. So, like for instance, grapes, they have to be crushed in order to make juice, grape juice, and wine. In order to make wine, you have to crush grapes. And I did a video on wine, so I won't belabor that. But also olives, which is actually a fruit, not a vegetable. In order for olives to produce oil, they have to be crushed. So both are illustrating in the Word of God, are both metaphors for people going through hard times to produce something greater or something good. And it reminds me of juice reminds me of Romans 8:28. All things work together for the good of those who love God, who are called, right? So even though it may not feel good at the time, it's going to work out for your good and it's going to produce good, but it is something that is going to be costly it's costly to get that oil. It's costing that person to get that juice. So if you're seeing juice or you're drinking juice, what kind of juice is it? Is it grape juice? Is it apple juice? Like I said, fruit can represent a season, right? So you want to look at that dynamic as well. Or a region even. Is it pineapple juice? What is that? Where is that fruit native to? So you're going to want to look at that because it could be speaking to a people or a location and a suffering of a people or location. But either way, it costs something. Either someone has paid the price, someone will pay the price, or someone is paying the price currently. So past, present, future. So that's the positive. And I may not seem like a positive of juice, but it is. Because it produces something good in the end, and God works it out for the good of the individual, situation, person, generation, whatever. So, and on the flip side, though, with juice, there's a negative. So juice can represent, as it can represent something being crushed and the reward of the perseverance. It can, on a negative side, can be the enjoyment of the labors or sufferings of someone else that you don't have the rights to. So like I said, stolen on Proverbs 9:17, stolen water is sweet and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. It's not yours, so you didn't pay the price for it, or someone didn't pay the price for it. So it's like someone drinking juice that is not theirs, or they didn't labor, they didn't go through the suffering for it, or getting enjoyment off of someone else's suffering and laboring. And so or it could represent on a negative too, so wanting someone for only what they can produce and what they can offer you, or what you can extract from them, their juice, right? Or the juice of their life, whatever. The fruit is the fruit of your life, but the juice is the cost of that fruit. So wanting to have something or someone only for what they can produce, not for who they are, that can be a representation of juice. But it's like I said, what's happening in the dream is, are you seeing like an orange being crushed and it produces orange juice? Or are you just drinking orange juice? Are you seeing a fruit first and then the juice? Those are going to speak to you as well, what the implication of that is. So you want to pay attention to that. What about soda? So soda is going to be on the positive side, is a moment of enjoyment and refreshing, because if you had a soda and like a long day or whatever, like a sparkling soda or even sparkling water, that sparkle, that carbonated refreshment it produces, it's like a refreshing, like a satisfaction. So it could be a representation of a satisfaction. Like if you're in a dream and you're doing something, laboring, you go and you drink a soda and you're like, refreshed and like satisfaction or satisfied. So on the positive, it could represent that enjoyment, refreshing, satisfaction. On a negative, it's going to represent addiction and a bad habit. Soda offers no nutritional value. So if someone is, if you're having a dream where you're drinking a lot of soda or whatever, if it's like Coke or whatever, Coke is, you used to make it with cocaine. So that's just telling in itself. But on the negative, it's going to represent addiction, a bad habit, and has no nutritional value. So anyhow, I don't want this video to be too long. I hope that was very helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the next video regarding beverages, I'll go over milk, smoothies, shakes, things of that nature, and then coffee, tea, espresso, all that fun stuff. So anyhow, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.